too slick for you today? Are we too slick for you today?
Yeah.
So good to be with you all this morning. Our chalice lighting words are from Henri Bergson. To exist is to change. To change is to mature. To mature is to go on creating oneself endlessly. We light our chalice that we all might go and continue recreating ourselves endlessly throughout our entire lives. Good morning. My name is Pam Romancic. I am the co-minister of this amazing church. I am a queer, white, cisgendered woman whose pronouns are she and hers. I am so grateful to be with you for a few more weeks. I'm also a parent who loves watching all of the children in this congregation just grow and become who they are. It is such a blessing for all of us to be able to be witness to this amazing part of life. Whoever you are, whatever gives you joy, whoever you are becoming in this moment, you are welcome here. Our church shares a covenant that we make with one another, a promise that helps remind us of why we gather and how we're going to be with one another. I invite you now to rise in body or spirit to say our covenant together and then remain standing for our opening hymn. We unite to strengthen the bonds of kinship among all persons, to promote human dignity and to increase reverence for life's creating, sustaining, and transforming power through worship, study, and service. Our opening hymn is Morning Has Broken.
Praise for
say God is? Capital G, lowercase, a dash in the middle. Every day, we listen to the ultimate in life. 2 weeks ago, the junior high kids, they took a survey of what we all think about God. And today, as part of our call to worship, we're going to have 2 people from that class come up and read for us. They were teaching a class called Compass Points. Because compass points, a compass is an interesting thing. You guys can come up. A compass is a really interesting thing because no matter which way you switch it around, it's always pointing north. And here's the thing. Sometimes it's really helpful to know in life what your north is so that you can go east or west, or I think that's west and that's east, or wherever it is that you want to go. So here are Deb and William to give you the results.
So we had 76 people respond to the survey that was included in your order of worship, and 63% of those attending the service gave us answers, and each person was able to pick 3 different things out of the survey list. So this is our results.
There is no such thing as God, and even the word is meaningless. 2 respond positively with that.
To run itself. 3 people responded positively to that one.
My beliefs about Jesus make me feel closer to God. 4 people responded positively.
God cares for us and listens to our prayers. 4 people responded positively to that.
God is a loving mother who sustains us in all life. 5 people responded positively.
Creation is ongoing, and we are co-creators with God. 6 people responded to that one.
God is my conscience calling me to make the world a better place. 7 people responded positively.
God is present in relationships among people. 11 people responded to that one.
There's no way we can know whether or not there is a God. 18 people responded positively.
God and the universe are the same. God is in everything and everyone. 23 people responded to that one.
I find God in nature. 24 people responded positively.
We can use science and reason to understand our universe. 31 people responded to that one.
There's a spark of divinity in each of us. 36 people responded positively.
And the last one, there are probably as many ideas about God as there are people. 40 people responded positively to that one. So you.
We need to invite our young and young at heart to come up for our Wonder Box at this time. Okay, we have any other young at heart? Oh, come on, we got a few. We know. There we go. All right, we have a lot going on today, a lot of transitioning, a lot of growing into and becoming. What could be in our Wonder Box? A rabbit. There's next year's call. Okay, any ideas? Something. Yes, we have such brilliant people. Yes. Maybe a flower. Nice guess. Anything else? Growing, becoming ideas? A seed. A sun. Beautiful. Yes. Good idea. Butterfly's good. Yes. Okay. Would you want to open up this spot? Yes. Go ahead. Squirrel. What it is.
Wow.
There we go.
It's a crystalline rock.
Crystalline rock.
So, has anybody, this is a story that some of you heard last year, but it's still a good one. Have anybody here ever seen a geode? Right? amethyst and all different kinds of things. Geode is really a specific kind of rock because it's really rough on the outside. Who would buy that from any store? Probably no one, right? Unless you were paving your driveway or something. But the thing about a geode is that there's a case around it, and over time, crystals form quietly out of sight. When I was younger, I loved the idea of geodes. Here you can see this one. I loved the idea of geodes, but I didn't really know what to look for until someone taught me. And once I learned, I never stopped looking. We're like these rocks, right? We are just like these rocks, formed by things from the outside and things from the inside, combining to make beautiful, beautiful things. We become over time because the layers are connecting. That's what it's like to teach. Teaching is not about having all the answers. It's not about being perfect. I can tell you today I've not been perfect many, many times, and to those people who are affected by that, I give deep apologies. It's about creating space for discovery. It's about paying attention. It's about helping one another to find what's already waiting inside, and we owe a huge debt to those people who teach because every week they agree to miss services. They agree not to hear the beautiful music that's going on, not to hear a message, not to gather in this community. Instead, they go to the back of this church and they teach the youngest members of our congregation to transform. So today, we're going to say thanks, and I'm going to invite Pam up to say these names. We're going to say thanks, and what I'd like you to do is to hold any kind of gratitude until the very end, at what point I will ask whoever's here to rise in body or spirit and to accept your gratitude for them, which will be applause, I assume.
You can throw money too.
Yeah, you can throw money.
So we begin with those who help out in the nursery. Barbara Griggs, Carolina Kazakowicz, sorry Carolina, Janet Oriati, Ben Lorber, and Carrie Romancic. Next we go to our pre-K to first grade, Elizabeth Prenger, Julie Ciccarelli, Margaret Myron, and Sarah Shefkis. Next, we go with those teaching second through fifth grade, Christina Smith, Tracy Boland, Jeffrey Burnham, Rin Clayson, and Lillian Schnitzler. Then junior high, and Owl, Linda Berry, Chris Smith, Deb Coe, Natalie Krosteff, Matt Myron, Colin Tyso. Advising the senior high youth, Kim Frank, Izzy Peckman, Steve Black, and Reed McTavish. Teaching Faith in Action, all ages, Natalie Silk, Jake Schnitzler, Jeff Ormland, Kathy Marist, Maria Costa. Teaching, assisting, showing up, our RE assistant, Deb Lee, RE assistant and RE council member, Debbie Lee, the DRE search and council member, Doree Bryant, and the new RE council chair, Lisa Gilly. So if everyone wants to stand up at this point, we can see who you are and say thank you.
Giving thanks is an important part of living in a covenantal community. Your financial gifts show gratitude for how our congregation supports us all. We are wildly grateful for you and this support. Without you, our mission to inspire, heal, and belong could not be fulfilled. Your gifts of gratitude will now be gratefully received.
invite you just take a moment to take a deep breath in. A relaxing breath out, allowing any tension that you brought with you to drain down your shoulders, down your back, down your legs, out the bottom of your feet, into the rich, dark earth below, which can turn everything, compost everything into love. We're talking about people who have inspired us today, so I'm going to invite you to think of someone in your life who opened up some idea, some concept, who just helped you to see the world in a different way. So I'm going to invite us just into a couple minutes of silence and thinking about that person. I had a religion teacher in grade school who was teaching us about the prayers of gratitude. And she just said, I still remember this to this day, that when you're falling asleep at night, think of the thing that you are grateful for in that day, and you'll fall asleep with that feeling of gratitude on your heart. And her example was the smell of clean sheets. And every time I fall asleep to clean sheets, I remember Mrs. Timko. Now is the time in our service when we remember the joys and concerns of all of our members. So I'm going to invite a member of our lay pastoral care ministry, Barbara Griggs. She's going to come up and share our joys and concerns for today.
Mari Van Meter shares that she, Ed, and Isabel had to put their beloved dog to sleep. Our pets are truly members of our family, and we share your grief. Lisa and Kevin Christensen share that their son, Neil, will be getting married on Friday. Congratulations, Neil and Kitty. May your lives together be filled with much love and happiness. Enjoy for the 9 people who have recently joined the church, and the hope that they will soon find their way into rich connections that last a very long time. Helen Moore shares that her 4th great-grandchild, Grayson James Moore, was born on Tuesday. Welcome to the world, little Grayson. May it treat you kindly, and congratulations to all in the family. You are always welcome to reach out to any member of the lay pastoral care ministry with any joys or concerns you might have.
Thank you, Barb. In a final note, we will remember that today would have been Austin Chang's 14th birthday. We take a moment to remember the bright light that he shone in his time with all the people that loved him. And all of our loves surround his mom and sister and loving family today. Spirit of life and love, hear the intentions and prayers we offer up this morning. We recognize that we are your hands to make love real in the wide universe. That we bring the ears and the eyes, we bring the witness and the presence that illuminates our interconnection with one another. May our hearts be open and our spirits be full as we continue reaching out towards one another and sharing this incredible, heart-rending, and always surprising beauty of incarnation in this earth. For all those intentions which remain in the silent sanctuary of your hearts this morning, know that you are held and you are loved. Please join in singing Spirit of Life. Spirit like the shape of justice. Roots only close, wings set me free. Spirit of life, come to me, come to me. Our reading this morning is from Rosemary Watola Tromer. They say you fall in love with your child the moment you first hold them. The cord just cut, still covered in blood and vernix. I held the strange being just arrived from the womb and felt curious, astonished, humble, nervous. But I didn't feel love. That didn't come until later. It came from holding him while he was screaming, waking with him when I wanted to sleep, bouncing him when I wanted to be still. Love grew as my ideas of myself diminished. Love grew as he came into himself. Love grew as I learned to let go of what I'd been told and to trust the emerging form, until I couldn't imagine being without him, until I was the one being born. Thus ends the reading. We're going to now invite Elijah Krastev to come up and share his kata with us.
So today I will be showing you a demonstration of my skills in Shotokan Karate. It is called a kata, and this is what we show during the test. Thank you. And Goran!
Thank you so much, Elijah, for that lived experience and an example of learning. Every summer, my family would travel across country from the Midwest to my grandparents' home just outside of Albany, New York. But before we would leave, we had to pack the car. Even though we owned a Dodge Dart, which was like a boat on wheels, it was something to fit everything in that a family of 5 was going to need for a week, and camping and cooking, and it was a marvel to behold clothes and tent and poles and oversized cooler and rucksacks and dish tray and store, everything just piled beside the car. Oh. And somehow the year's experiment would begin. I learned something from watching my dad take all of those things and fit them in the car. The big things go in first. He always made room for essentials, even stuffed bears. Patience matters. And the adventure begins when you realize that perfect-sized rock that holds up the center pole of the World War II circa tent that you're bringing with you cannot find a place, and we will have to begin looking for it when we get to our first site. My father was a genius of sorts. I watched the expansion of space as I was mesmerized for years. One summer when I was 8 or 9, I don't remember which, my dad handed me a pair of shoes and said, "Okay, find a place." From that moment on, we did the car together. It was kind of fun. Our lives are made up of moments like this, right? Some small, some really large, but all of them shape who we are become. Like a geode formed by pressure, formed by something seeping in, formed by what was allowed to grow inside. It's not one moment, but many. Not one force, but a combination. Something that looks ordinary from the outside, even rough, inside holds layers and layers and layers of beautiful crystal that's formed over time. We share certain experiences, of course. All of us are born. Many of us fall in love. We learn how to make our way in this world in different ways, and yet we are all shaped by particular moments and how we handle those moments, what we witness, what we remember, what stays with us long after something happens. We are each unique, formed layer by layer. I watched my dad pack that car, and I learned something about planning years later when I found myself working at Aon downtown. No formal training. They threw me in to be a project manager, and I realized, oh, wait a second, I know something about complexity. Put the big things in first, right? I saw it, I absorbed it, I practiced it. But my dad wasn't the only one that formed me. My boss's responses to my work did as well, sometimes good, sometimes not as good. I learned to take calculated risks, to adjust when needed. New layers formed. And as I carried these skills into community organizing and ministry, I was shaped again, not worn down, but built up. Through experiences with others, the lessons keep returning over and over. Put the big things in first, though the big things change depending on who you are and where you are. Maybe they change depending on who you are longing to become. For the car, suitcases, World War II tent, there you go, very good. For corporate life, productivity, outcomes. For ministry, justice, compassion, lived out in human lives. I am who I am because of the choices that I have made and the communities that have shaped me. A geode doesn't form in isolation. It requires both structure and what flows into it. So which matters more, my choices or the teachers that I've had along the way? The questions lives in the heart of a long-standing tension in our culture, the role of the individual versus the role of community, in shaping and predicting and giving us life. Today, that tension feels a little sharper than it has in times past. Culture leans heavily towards celebrating individualism. And to be clear, individualism is not inherently bad. Over the past several centuries, particularly in the Enlightenment, it has opened doors that were amazing. It allowed people beyond limitations of birth and status to become something other than what they were prescribed. Sociologist Robert Beulah describes two forms of individualism: utilitarianism, achieved at achievement and focusing on success, and expressive individualism, centered on consciousness and creativity and authenticity. Both have helped to shape the modern world, both so important, and have allowed people to imagine futures for themselves and claim lives of dignity and meaning that would not have been possible without that concept of saying the individual matters. But unchecked, individuality and individualism, it can drift into something else. It can make us feel so disconnected from one another that we begin to believe that who we are is the most important thing, and what we have is the most important thing, and how we've gained is the most important thing, and it really is all about me and the choices that I've made. The story of Bernie Madoff comes to mind, right? What happens when you separate responsibility from success? What happens today with the AI technology titans? What of our politicians? The kind of individualism carries power, and it is an incomplete myth that whatever I have achieved entirely on my own Thank you very much. Give me, what is it, $3 trillion or something. My talents, my intelligence, my efforts, my success. But it leaves out too much. It leaves out all of the teachers and moments that have guided us into who we are, the families that have supported us, the communities that have nurtured us. It ignores the simple truth that access matters. And if I had good schools and nutritious food and safe spaces to grow, I have opportunities that others might not. Even something as simple as learning how to pack a car comes from being a part of a family that teaches it. So, another concept here, Desmond Tutu reminds us, a person is a person through other people. How you see me matters. It's the heart of a concept called Ubuntu. I am because we are. It's an understanding that our humanity is bound up in one another. We cannot come into this world fully formed. We are formed in relationship by steady layers of experience with others, much like this geode and forming in hidden space. I wonder, Elisha, what will become of your karate training in years to come? When you will bring it forward, when you least expect it. And I wonder, Kaylin, how the books that you read will help to inform the life that you will live within this world. 100 already in your room. Ubuntu does not have a perfect translation in English, but its spirit is not foreign to us. We hear the echoes in "No one is an island," "one for all and all for one," even in religious texts. But before we get giddy about finding, oh, that's it, no individualism, let's go to Ubuntu, that'll be great. It carries its own risks, right? If I only go for community, then I go back into those time frames that were broken through with individuality. I go back into a time when individualism is the only thing, where community is the only thing, and then that silence, anything that is different is shoved down in order to make community what community is. Neither extreme serves us well. Oh, what we need is balance. Where individuality and community meet, remembering always that balance is never static. That's the funny thing. You watch those people on the high wire. They're not just going, look, I'm going to walk right over there. No, they're walking always, finding what the next step is, always understanding where their foot is and where they might need to shift because the wind just came up behind them. Where voices matter, where risks can be taken, where lives are shaped together, that's what a beautiful, good community is. It's a place like this congregation. Unitarian Universalist theologian James Lucy Adams once said, "Church is a place where you get to practice what it means to be human." I wish he could say that all with me. Church is a place you could practice what it means to be human. Oh, crap. And being human is a practice. It's a practice in relationship with ourselves, with one another, how we respond to joy, to suffering, how we see differences, connection. Every experience is shaped by who we are and the communities we're a part of when it happens. Formation is not one-directional. It is multi-directional in all of the ways, and it's dynamic and ongoing until you take your last breath. We are always being formed by layers and layers and layers. In this religious community, we're given space to hold on to that, both individuality and belonging. We let it form us together. I've seen it practiced here, people teaching and caring for one another, people listening deeply and then actually changing. Ooh, does that happen? It does happen. People stepping forward, stepping aside, teaching one another. These moments don't happen by accident. They happen because people choose them. They choose week after week to come back and be a part of a place where they'll get to practice being human. So we continue to gather as individuals, bringing our gifts, being humble and human with one another, making space for real connection. And in this shared work, we hold both humility and excellence, Ubuntu and individualism together. I'd like to invite up now the people who are part of our bridging ceremony. These are people who have been part of different folks' lives throughout their time here, and part of people's lives even outside of this. There are moments when a life begins to open. Not all at once, but like a stone that has been quietly forming something beautiful inside. Today, we gather in that opening. Bridging is not a leaving, it is a revealing. A crossing where what has been growing within meets the wider world. And because no one crosses empty-handed, we offer gifts, not to weigh you down, but to remind you of who you are, where you have been, and what you carry. So Kaylin and Elijah, if you can come forward now.
As parents, we give you this geode. From the outside, it may look like any other stone, ordinary, even unremarkable. But inside, it holds something unexpected. Crystals formed over time, shaped by pressure, made beautiful what it has endured. We have watched you grow in this way, layer by layer, moment by moment. There's so much within you that the world has yet to see. When things feel uncertain, when you wonder what you hold, remember this. You are still opening.
As our teachers, we give you this bag, simple, sturdy, ready. It is meant to hold all that life will offer you. Ideas, questions, relationships, moments of joy, and moments of challenge. But more than that, it carries something we hope you have known here. That exploration can be safe, that your questions are welcome, that you can try, fail, wonder, and grow within a circle of care. Fill it as you will, there is room.
As coming-of-age mentors, we give you this small chalice held within something as ordinary as an Altoid stent. It may seem small, but it carries a spark. A reminder that your faith is not confined to this building. It travels with you in quiet moments, in difficult decisions, in acts of courage and compassion. Wherever you go, you can open it. You can remember. You can begin again.
As senior high advisors, we acknowledge you stand at a threshold, not quite where you were, not fully where you are going. And so I speak not as those who guide, but alongside those who are crossing. You have learned to stay with what is real, to be present to your lives as they unfold, to trust that meaning is not something handed to you, but something you grow into. So today we give you Letters to a Young Poet, not as a map, but as a companion, A reminder that you do not need to rush, that your questions are worthy, that your life is already speaking and you are learning how to hear it. Today we name those who stand in this moment of crossing. Kaylin McTavish, Elijah Krestev, Samuel Gonzalez, Sophia Vaughn, and Natalie Unsbergat. Recognizing that, that every life holds choices and reasons for being present and not. We honor your journey. Your presence is always with us. May these words meet you again and again as you grow.
As adults, we give you Belonging, Essays on Transition to Adulthood. Because this next chapter can feel like stepping into a wide and shifting landscape. Belonging may not always feel certain. It may change shape, stretch, and ask more of you than you expect. And we give you the gift of discernment. You have been given many things: beliefs, traditions, expectations, and wisdom. And not all of it will fit for you. Not all of it will serve you. And that's not failure. It's your right, your responsibility to choose what you carry forward. Keep what nourishes your spirit and release what does not. Trust yourself in this work.
As a representative of the congregation, we give you a copy of How Can We Keep From Singing? This is an older hymnal, a reminder that the roots of our movement are found here as well. A book of heritage in words and music. Within these pages are voices that come before you, songs of struggle and hope, readings that wrestle with wonder and truths that have been sung into being. This is not a closed story. It is a living one, and you are now part of it. Your voice, your questions, your spirit, they belong here too.
Welcome. Before we move to blessing, we pause. You can come right up. We pause. We want to honor a different crossing that's no less sacred. Among us is a family who will be leaving this community sometime later this spring, carrying the same gifts but walking a path that leads to a new place. Jesslyn Chang and Chelsea, I ask you to come forward now. We have known you, not only in moments, but in the spaces between, in the ways that you have been present, in the ways that you have helped shape this community, simply by being yourself. You have been a part of the quiet and noisy weaving here, threads of connection that make this place feel like home, home enough that you can hide under a table. As you go, know this: we will watch you from the world, in the kindness we see, in the courage we witness, in the ways communities come together through laughter. We give you something, too, to remind you of this place. Your mom, a geode, that you are still forming. From the RE teachers, a bag to carry all the stuff in. From the junior high that you would have gone into next year. From Chris, a traveling chalice. May you take the spark of your knowing the divine, the holy, whatever it is that you would have answered to those questions, with you. And this book from our roots, so that you might remember your ancestors are here as well. You are a part of us now and always. We will carry you with us, just as you carry something of this place with you. We who are gathered here, do you offer our blessing? Can you put the slides up? Yay, there we go. We who are gathered here, do you offer a blessing? Awesome. Will you hold these young people in your hearts, not only today, but in the days to come? Will you celebrate their joys, support them in their struggles, and make space for who they are becoming? Go with courage. Go with curiosity. Go with love at the center. You are not alone. You are a part of us, now and always.
You have been given much. A stone that reminds you to open, a bag that makes room, a chalice that travels, words that invite you deeper, and a community that calls you to belong. And your own wisdom inside your heart that you can trust in the choices that you make. And you always have a song that will sing with you. Now that bridge is before you, walk it in your own way. Walk it with courage. Walk it knowing that you are held not only by what is behind you, but by what is beside you and what is still unfolding in front of you. We all bless your crossing. You may be seated, but first we're all going to hug, okay?
Everything's possible for you. We've cleared off the table, the leftovers saved, washed the dishes, put them away, and told you a story, tucked you in tight at the end of your knockabout day. As the moon sets its sails to carry you to sleep over the midnight sea, we'll sing you a song no one sang to us. May it keep you in good company. You can be anybody you want to be. You can love whoever you will. You can travel any country where your heart leads and know that we will love you still. You can live by yourself. You can gather friends around. You can choose one special one. And the only measure of your words and your deeds will be the love you leave behind when you're done. Some children grow up strong and bold. Some are quiet and kind. Some race on ahead. Some take it slow. Some go on their own way in time. Some women love women. Some men love men. And some leave every label behind. You can dream all the day, never reaching the end of everything possible you'll find. Don't be rattled by names, by taunts, by games, but seek out spirits true. If you give your friends the best part of yourself, they will give the same back to you. You can be anybody you want to be. You can love whoever you will. You can travel any country where your heart leads and know that we will love you still. You can live by yourself. You can gather friends around. You can choose one special one. And the only measure of your words and your deeds will be the love you leave behind when you're done. Those are the words of this wonderful book, Everything Possible, by Fred Small. It's also a hymn in our hymn book, and the one thing that isn't possible is singing it as a hymn. So we will sing it to you after we had to learn it over several weeks. Fred Small, the author, the composer, is a singer, songwriter, activist, and Unitarian Universalist minister. He originally trained as a lawyer, but left his job to pursue a career in music. In 1983, Fred wrote his classic song, Everything Possible, recorded and made famous by the iconic gay male a cappella group, The Flirtations. The song has traveled around the world. Fred is a passionate advocate for equality, inclusion, and environmental justice. He and his family live near Boston, Massachusetts. And so we will now present this book to you with illustrations by Alison Brown. And after today, this book will now be in our countryside library.
Thank you.
I invite you to join in the closing words as we extinguish our chalice. We extinguish this flame, but not the flight of the truth, the warmth of this community, nor the fire of our commitment. These we carry in our hearts and share with all the world. Please rise in body or spirit and sing our closing hymn, Wherever You Go. The words will be on the screen.
This final benediction from the book, The Letters to a Young Poet by Rainer Maria Rilke. This echoes from the Senior High Youth Service. Have patience. Have patience with everything unresolved in your heart and try to love the questions themselves, as if they were locked rooms or books written in a very foreign language. Don't search for answers which could not be given to you now, because you would not be able to live them. And the point is to live everything. Live the questions now. Perhaps then someday, far in the future, you will gradually, without even noticing it, live your way into an answer.
We can invite our families to come and stand in the back after our postlude. Let's stand in the line.